My fellow workers in government, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, ating mga kaibigan, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Maraming salamat sa inyong mainit na pagbati sa akin at sa aking buong delegasyon. Na imbagnal daw kada kayo aming kakabsat. Alam ko na marami sa inyo, malayo pa nga ang pinanggalingan. Napakalaki naman ng Southern California at ibang mga galing pa Southern Nevada, Arizona. O sino yung pinakamalayo? Doon sa San Francisco, meron pang Pinoy galing Alaska. Hindi ko alam kung paano sila nakarating ng San Francisco. Galing Alaska talaga. Binuhay mo, Pinoy talaga. Hanggang Alaska may Pinoy. Maraming salamat kayo nakarating. Kaya nakakataba po ng puso at ako'y lubos na nagagalak na makita kayo lahat dito sa Los Angeles. Galing lang po ako sa 30th Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation Economic Leaders Meeting dito nga sa San Francisco na natapos kahapon. APEC, it was very important for me to go because APEC now includes some of the largest economies in the world. Nandun po ang Amerika, andun po ang China, andun po ang India. At alam nyo po, dito sa ating mga ginagawa, ay kailangan natin na makipag-partner, makipag-agreement, makipagsabayan sa mga iba't ibang bansa na ating mga kaibigan. And the APEC is the leading regional forum in Asia Pacific, which focuses on promoting free trade and sustainable development for its 21 member economies. It brought together 21 leaders of these economies as well as the private sector. Alam niyo po, sa ating ginagawa ngayon ay lagi nating isinasama ang tinatawag na private sector. Dahil sa aming pangingilala na hindi kaya ng pamahalaan lamang lahat ng kailangan gawin upang baguhin ang ating ekonomiya para dito sa post-pandemic global economy na tinatawag. Alam niyo po, what we are trying to do here is to transform our economy. COVID changed everything. I think all of you know that it changed the way we live, it changed the way we work, it changed the way we talk to each other, it changed the way we travel, it changed everything. And we have to adjust. But whenever there is these big changes, yung mga paradigm shift as they call them, whenever there is that, there is also opportunity. And what we are trying to do is we are trying to position the Philippines in such a way that we take full advantage of these shifts, these opportunities that the big changes in the global economy can bring. And alam niyo naman, hindi tayo maaaring maiwanan, kailangan talagang pinag-iisipan natin mabuti at kaya naman, mabuti naman at pinagmamalaki natin na in the Philippines, we have the youngest workforce in Asia. The average workforce in the Philippines is 24 to 25 years old. And sa ibang bansa sa Asia, medyo tumanda na ang kanilang labor force. Kaya yan ang naging advantage natin. Kaya lahat ng mga ating pinaplano, hindi tayo kailangan mag-alala na saan tayo kukuha ng mga magtatrabaho dyan sa mga bagong industriya na yan, sino mag-aaral tungkol sa bagong teknolohiya na yan, ay nandyan ang ating Filipino workforce. And yun ang ating pinagmamalaki. So our participation in the APEC Economic Leaders Meeting was very productive. On the sidelines of the meeting, we were able to meet with the leaders of other countries, various industry leaders within and outside of the United States. Pinag-usapan namin, binabalita namin sa kanila ang ekonomiya ng Pilipinas at yung mga magandang opportunity na kung bakit dapat sila ay pumasok at mag-invest sa atin. We are confident that these meetings will bear fruit in terms of more trade and foreign direct investments that will help propel our economy to greater levels of development and prosperity for our people. In these meetings, I also emphasized our priority towards sustainable development and the urgent need to address climate change, to build resiliency, and do the adaptation that is necessary to build resilience against destructive consequences of severe weather. Nagiging biktima talaga tayo dito sa climate change. Ang Pilipinas ay sinasabi nila is one of the most vulnerable countries around the world. Most vulnerable to climate change. Isang malaking bahagi sa aming pinag-usapan ay pinag-uusapan namin kung paano makatulong yung mga mayayaman na bansa na tutulong dito sa ating yung mga tinatawag na developing countries and vulnerable countries to the effects of climate change, para mayroon tayong magagawa na hindi naman mapinsala ang ating mga tauhan, hindi mapinsala ang ating mga kababayan, that our communities will stay safe, will stay secure. So I push for investments in clean energy, affordable energy transition financing, food security, and we focus on research and development for the benefit of small-scale farmers, in health, in digitalization, in innovation, and particularly for our micro, small, and medium enterprises. Yung pong ating mga negosyante na yung maliliit lang, yung mga sari-sari store, halimbawa, yung mga shoeshine boy, yung mga mekaniko, yung mga nagtatayo ng talyer, yung po, 99.5% ng ating mga negosyo sa buong Pilipinas ay ganyang klase, yung tinatawag na small to medium scale enterprises. Kaya po, yun ang talaga nating inaalala. Bukod pa rito, because we have talked about climate change, we are trying to diversify our sources of energy for sustainable development. So we witnessed the signing of the Memorandum of Agreement with the United States concerning peaceful uses of nuclear energy. Kung minsan ang tawag po rito is a 1, 2, 3 agreement. Ito po ay naging usapan sa gitna ng Pilipinas at saka ng Amerika na sinasabi na may kakayahan na ang Pilipinas upang gumamit ng nuclear energy. I also had side meetings with many of my counterparts to discuss bilateral cooperation, not only on trade, but also on geopolitics. So as we become closer to our goal of an upper middle income economy, we need to expand these partnerships on both sides of the Pacific. Our pursuit of opportunities for economic development did not end in APEC. This morning, we were given a tour of the SpaceX facility. Our vast archipelago, ang ating napa 7,000 ang ating isla. That vast archipelago is an ideal candidate for satellite broadband service, and we look forward to improving broadband connectivity in the Philippines through Starlink and through all the others. Meron po tayong pinapalipad din na satellite, na isang satellite for communication na para sa Pilipinas lamang. Ito ay makakapagdagdag ng tinatawag na connectivity, at kaya kami ay hinahanap namin lahat ng pamamaraan to take full advantage of the new technologies that are available to us that will increase the productivity of our people. Kayong nandito sa Amerika, lalong-lalo nandito sa California, where this is very much the leading edge of some of those technologies. Nakikita naman ninyo kung paano makatulong, kung talagang pag nagamit natin yung mga AI na tinatawag, kapag nagamit po natin lahat ng mga bagong teknolohiya, talagang we become more effective, we become more efficient, we become more productive. In the Philippines, sometimes we still hear about mahina yung internet, but in the very near future, through the links that we were able to develop on this trip, we are very confident that we will no longer hear complaints about our internet, our online services. We will instead be hearing praise for the speed of our country's internet connectivity. Nandito yung ating Secretary ng Information and Communications Technology. Pinangako ko na kailangan gagawin mo. Baka wag tayo mapapahiya dito sa ano. Hindi, but nandyan naman and the technology is there. It is just up to us to adapt it. It is up to us to recognize what is appropriate technology for the Philippines and to bring it to the Philippines. Yun lang naman ang kailangan gawin. At hindi pa natin nagagawa, pero ngayon, dahil nga sa aming pag-uusap sa mga iba't ibang kumpanya, sa iba't ibang bansa na partner natin, ay marami po tayong magagawa. And we hope to always take full advantage of the new technologies to provide the solutions to the challenges that this new era of digitalization brings. Which brings me to our kababayans here in Los Angeles and surrounding areas. It is very heartwarming for me to see you succeed and to become valued members of American society, not only in the places that you live, but also in the places that you work and beyond. I cannot repeat it often enough. The reputation that you have earned for our country is something that we back home are so proud of you, and we cannot say enough. sumikat talaga ng gusto ang Pinoy, lalong-lalo na pagkat nung COVID. Dahil hanggang ngayon, lahat po, yan, ito, mga frontliner ito siguro. Yung serbisyong ginawa ninyo, hindi lamang yung mga healthcare workers, lahat po ng mga Pilipino, na wala nang kinalaman sa ospital, walang kinalaman sa mga klinik, ngunit tumulong pa rin. At yan ang pakikilala ng Pilipino dahil sa inyo, dahil sa inyong ginawa, dahil sa inyong kabaitan, dahil sa inyong pagmamahal sa inyong kapwa. At nakikita po natin, at ngayon lamang, hindi naman ngayon lamang, pero ngayon talagang ang buong mundo ay nakikita kung ano ang mga katangian ng mga Pilipino, ano ang kagalingan ng mga Pilipino. At kaya naman, kapag ako ay nakakausap ko ang aking mga kapwa na Pangulo, ng mga hari, ng mga Prime Minister, hindi ko na kailangan ibenta, hindi ko na kailangan sabihin, ang galing ng Pilipino. Alam na namin yan. Sabi na, alam na namin yan. Saan pa kami makakuha? Pwede magpadala pa kayo. Kulang pa yung Pinoy dito. Ay, kaya naman, hindi talaga, baka kuminsan hindi nababanggit ng sapat. Hindi nababanggit na, baka hindi nyo naririnig. Kaya ako na magsasabi sa inyo, kami na nasa Pilipinas, na nanonood sa inyo, na nagiging beneficiary ng inyong sakripisyo at ng inyong sipag at ng inyong galing, ay pumuputok po ang puso namin kapag nababalitaan namin kung gano'ng kagaling na naman ang Pilipino. There are approximately 4.5 million Filipinos in the United States. Majority are here, Southern California, making the geographic spot, the world, the home of the biggest Filipino diaspora in the United States and outside of the Philippines. Sa census ng Amerika, Filipinos rank high in the terms of income and educational attainment. So, given your number and your success, I cannot overemphasize the strength that you can harness to be a force for good, both in your own respective communities here in the U.S., but also for the Philippines. So continue to please be ambassadors of goodwill for our country, for our people, especially in light. Especially in light, ito hindi ko po maintindihan yung mga hate crime na ginagawa na kontra sa atin. That are being committed against some members of the Asian American and Pacific Islander communities time and time again. Wala na po tayong magagawa. Magtulungan lang po tayo. Magkapit-bisig tayo. And just support one another in the face of this. Siguro naman, all it takes is patience and a continuing attempt to make people understand that we are different, but we really are the same. It is said that people fear what they do not know, and fear sometimes leads to rash actions. So continue to show your communities and your workplaces our people's inherent kindness and care, and our love of life. We reach out to wherever we can, whenever we can. Alam ko na meron sa inyo na nakaramdam really unpleasant experiences because you look and maybe you sound different. So that's why we make sure that our embassy and the consulates in the United States are continuously monitoring these reports. We'll provide assistance to those affected in cooperation, of course, with our friends here in the United States. So in behalf of our countrymen back home, I appreciate the remittances that you've sent and continue to send. Personal remittances of Filipinos, ganito na kalaki, 2.2%. Rose 2.2%. Bawat taon umakyat. Siguro lahat kayo mayaman na, no? Wala nang mahirap dito. Dahil paano? Kaya nga yung ang biro nga sa Pinoy, sabi nila na yung mga Pilipino, they are the kings and queens of overtime. Akala ko noon, mga Ilocano lang yung masipag, bukan lahat ng Pinoy masipag. So the remittances that you are sending back have become a very important part of our economy. We have increases every year, and it continues to be not only of help, as I said, to your own families, but even to your communities, and it helps to transform those communities. So that amount, what you have helped our country and people, whether some of the most difficult global and regional financial and economic crisis in for many years, has been invaluable. And for that, we cannot thank you enough. But beyond that, I ask you to encourage your families and friends to visit and invest in the Philippines. For those of you who have not been to the Philippines for a long time, now is the best time to visit our country once again. We have and bring a friend. Bring a friend. Meron tayong kampanya. Wala dito si Secretary Frasco, Cristina Frasco, siya yung tourism natin. Meron tayong programa, yung mga OFW. Pag uuwi kayo, magbabakasyon kayo, magsama kayo ng kaibigan ninyo na Amerikano o kung ano naman. Para madagdagan ang ating mga tourism dun sa Pilipinas. Dahil nagiging malaking bahagi rin yan sa ating mga plano. Napakadali naman, napakadali i-sales talk ang Pilipinas dahil hindi lamang napakaganda ng Pilipinas, napakaganda ng mga Pilipino. So, ang babae, masarap kasama, masaya, hindi ba? Ngayon, lalo na ngayon, ay nakikilala na tayo sa lahat. So we have introduced a lot of improvements, a lot of innovations, making so that a visit to our country's various tourism sites is a good experience that they can have in a lifetime. Our best tourism offering is the incomparable hospitality of the Filipino. My dream and that of the entire Philippine government, the state, is to one day make working overseas just one of your many options available to our country. But we cannot make this dream come true all by ourselves. We need your support, and we know that you will gladly walk and continue working with us in realizing our goal. After all, your love for our country and people has not been extinguished by the years that you have spent away from your motherland. Proof of this is your presence here tonight and the support that you continue to provide your loved ones, our countrymen back home. So help us realize this dream. Continue being the ambassadors that you have been for our Filipino culture and be relentless champions of the Philippines as a tourism, trade, and investment destination in Asia. So I call on all of you, help the country that nurtured and gave you all the wings that you have used to fly and to explore and to be successful, and the foundation that helped you to achieve your success here. Continue to proudly claim and celebrate your Filipino identity and heritage. Teach them to your children, to your grandchildren. Pass on your love of the Philippines to the next generation and the generations after that. They say home is where the heart is. And when they love their Filipino identity, as you do, they will always belong to the Philippines, no matter where they might be. Sa muli, maraming salamat sa inyong panahon at pagpunta rito sa Los Angeles para makapiling tayo lahat ng titong sandali na ito. Maraming salamat sa inyo. Mabuhay kayong lahat. Mabuhay ang Pilipino. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas.